Juan Cuadrado will sign until June 2024 as new Inter player. Here we go. Tweet from Fabrizio Romano that I'm just reading. My eyes are burning, bleeding. My heart is in pain. It's a news I was absolutely not expecting. A news that is super annoying to read and hurts. Absolutely hurts. We'll speak about Cuadrado and we will do also a mega big recap of what was looking like a calm Sunday. But we have a lot of updates, ongoing things, and also new, fresh news. Paul Pogba, pay attention to that one. And also the future of some youngsters. And one in particular that could possibly, and I'm sure about it, will put a smile on your face. Because not only Giuntoli and Allegri are thinking to freeze his departure, but maybe even making him a starter from Juventus 23-24. Maximum of like if you didn't yet. I didn't ask it this morning, so you saved some like and you could put it in that video. Subscribe if you didn't yet, because now we have to speak about Cuadrado. Analyzing it from 5 different perspectives. Juventus as a club, Cuadrado as a player, Inter as a club, Juventini are us, the fans, and then Interisti, the fans. We start with Juventus as a club. After taking into consideration the possibility of extending for 1 more year Cuadrado, they took about it, they thought about it, they were talking about it, they took every single aspect in consideration. Financial demands of Cuadrado, playing time demands of Cuadrado, the future project, and so on, and they decided not to renew Cuadrado. I can tell you, and I can guarantee you that Cuadrado really wanted to stay at Juve. Juventus made a decision that a lot of fans, even if a bit sad because you are saying goodbye to a player that played 300 games with Juventus, were a bit sad about, but they all understood and were all praising that was the correct decision. Juventus put a dot on the story of Juan Cuadrado. From the player side, I already told you he really wanted to stay at Juventus, a home for him and his family. Cuadrado, a few days ago, fantastic, beautiful message towards, or for the Juventini, for Juventus, a club that made him actually a real professional, made him win so much, made him actually become a better player. He would always be grateful for what Juventus did to him, and he was also proud to have been so long at Juventus. But of course, in how he was speaking, he was saying, I want to have the opportunity to play with Colombia in 2026. I repeat you, Cuadrado is not that young, not that fresh anymore. And if he's dreaming to be ready in case Colombia is calling him up for that World Cup in USA 2026, he needs to play. 2 options for him. Or he goes to a mid-table, low-table team where he's a starter, or he can go towards a bigger club that is playing different competition where he knows that he's not a starter, but because of all the games at disposal, he can still continue to play. Playing with less minute, being a rotational player, but also keeping some energy, conserving himself to be ready for 2026. Cuadrado side. From the Inter side, ragazzi, they heard, they know about Lukaku-Juve link. What better revenge to go and sign Cuadrado from Inter side? They had all the contacts already with the agent, with the player, because it's not the first time that Inter and the entourage of Cuadrado are in contacts. They were already last year. It was quite easy. Taking the archives, checking, Cuadrado. Cuadrado is a player that we are sure we are taking revenge because a lot of Juventini will be heartbroken. And that's what they are doing. On top of that, of course, taking an experienced player to play all these different competitions. From the Juventini side, we Juventini, well, in a way, we were okay. We were okay with the decision from the club. We said goodbye to a legend. He's going to Inter. It's painful. You like Cuadrado, you don't like Cuadrado. It's painful. It's really painful. Seeing him, especially him, in Nerazzurro, this is worse than Lukaku to Juve. Cuadrado is Cuadrado, ragazzi. Juan Panita is Juan Panita. Do you remember all the grinta that he had put on the field when he was playing against Inter? And then you look at the Interisti, and that's the funny story. If there is one player that Interisti hate above all, but seriously, it is Cuadrado, that they call the biggest simulator on earth. They are not speaking about Barella, about Lautaro, about all the players. No, Cuadrado. They hate Cuadrado more than everything. Always. Let's see how they will welcome him. I'm sure that the day that he will arrive in La Pinettina at Inter, the Continassa of Inter, he will receive a fantastic applause. They will be happy. They will celebrate. Anyway, what I think about it, heartbroken, of course. I didn't expect it. I knew it could have been a possibility because he's a free agent, but ragazzi, this one hurts. When I have more information, I will let you know, but looks like it's a done deal. I can understand in a way, from a player, look, Dybala was about to go to Inter, now it's Cuadrado that is going to Inter. When it's over with Juve, apparently, when the story is over with Juve, looks like Inter, they love Beppe Marotta, Antonio Conte. Anyway, I have to speak about other things. Dusan Vlahovic, closer and closer and closer to Paris Saint-Germain. The offer that could possibly arrive next week to Juventus, a concrete offer, would be included bonus 90 million euro. Huge offer. An offer that will allow Juventus to not lose any single money. But on top of that, winning in terms of profit financially, you're winning between the 30-35 million euro. Something that was unexpected a few weeks ago when we were speaking about an offer from Bayern of 60 million euro. Here we are speaking about potentially 30 million euro more. Player and the club of La Capitale Française already kind of agree for included bonus, a salary of 11 million per year. We will have to follow up. Again, if he leaves, heartbroken, because yes, we win financially, but we are losing a big potential. And I would be forever sad that Dusan Vlahovic with Juve didn't work. Let's see. The supporters of Paris Saint-Germain, with a banner, made it clear that he's not really welcome. I don't want to repeat what they said because it's a bit annoying. But anyway, I think that they will have to do with it because Paris Saint-Germain, Vlahovic are really close. On the other side, Juventus is already looking for alternative. They already anticipated it, and that's why the voices Juventus, Lukaku, started to heat him up 2 days ago. Lukaku to Juve, nothing is done at the moment. We are going towards a direction. Can it flop? Yes. Are they already alternative? Yes, they are. We don't know yet. We will follow it up. That's the discussion that we already made. I want to speak a bit more about the other players. Franck Kessié on loan. Can that be a possibility? Could be. But first, let's speak about Paul Pogba, because I told you I had the big news. Paul Pogba, at the moment, is still not ready. Yesterday, there was a family game between Juventus and Juventus with two teams. In this morning video, I revealed you the lineups. Paul Pogba was not participating to that game. At the moment, he's training individually, increasing the tempo, increasing the strength, increasing everything. He's doing much better and better and better. But today, at the moment, he's not ready yet. He has two alternatives. If at the end of the summer he's not ready, he has two alternatives given by Juve. First, or he can accept Saudi Arabia offer where he can earn 5 times the salary that he's earning at Juventus, which would be lucrative and incredibly high. Or he can stay at Juve, but if he's not able to give guarantees to Juve during this summer, Juventus already told the entourage, Raffaella Pimenta and so on, they don't want to relive or to revive the same as last year. They want to ask him to reduce possibly his salary, the fixed salary lower, but the bonus part linked on appearances, maybe contribution to the game, assists, goals and so on, can be much higher to achieve at the end, if he's performing well, if we can enjoy Paul Pogba on the field and not only off the field, he can even achieve his salary. Which would be a beautiful act of love for Pogba because he's not obliged to accept, which would be smart from Juventus because you don't know. The goal, of course, is to have Pogba at a much better level, or at least being able to participate in friendly tour in USA and to take him. If not ready, he will stay at La Continassa. Then I have Franck Kessié. Not that Franck Kessié will arrive immediately at Juventus, but of course they have to prepare themselves in case Pogba would leave. Kessié is one of the players on the top list of Juventus. Kessié would love to stay at Barcelona, but Barcelona already made clear to him, you are not part of 23-24. He would love, in case he can't stay there, to go to Premier League, and that's why Juventus will get in closer and closer and closer to entourage to understand if Franck Kessié would be available to go back in Italy, to play with Juventus, 25 million euro is the value that Barcelona is asking for Kessié. Juventus would love to go for a loan with an option to buy, or maybe even with an obligation at 50 million euro. Again, in case Pogba would leave, in case he accepts, we can have in Franck Kessié a player that is reinforcing the midfield of Juventus. And now the youngsters. 3 names. The last one, you will love it. Soulé is the first one that can bring cash money to Juventus. Between 15 and 20 million euro. Soulé is looking around. Juventus is looking around. They are looking for a solution abroad. If not on loan, they could possibly sell him, because there is not a lot of future for Mathias Soulé at Juventus, even after the beautiful first week of training session in the summer camp. Cambiaso is another one that is not, but could be on the market if a huge offer arrives. Milan already informed themselves, but Juventus is saying, you want the player between 20 and 25 million euro. Less than that, he's not going anywhere. Between 20 and 25. You want him, you pay. And that's a great news in terms of what could possibly be brought into the financial money for Juventus. Between Soulé and Cambiaso, fantastic. But you will tell me, Beppe, we have no left back and you are selling Cambiaso. Well, the consequence and why is Cambiaso possibly on the market is because of that last fantastic news. Samuel Ealing Jr. is under close observation by Giuntoli, but also impressed not only last season 22-23 Max Allegri, that was trying to play more and more and was really convinced about him, but also Giuntoli, and they are freezing him on the market. They want to keep him at Juventus, refusing all the Premier League offers, because I can guarantee you there are a lot of offers for the English player. Samuel Ealing Jr. remaining at Juve on that left side, and I will tell you more from what the rumors are saying. It could not only be the potential rotational player of Kostic, but battle for a first-team starter role, which is fantastic. If Giuntoli is able to bring us a left back, a right back, to play with that 4-man defense, we could even go with a 4-3-3 with Ealing as a starter on top. If we continue with that 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1, Ealing could have that spot on the left side. Alternated with Kostic, why not? But that's a fantastic news, because all of you Juventini were telling me, Beppe, we need to keep Ealing Jr. We need to keep Ealing Jr. Looks like Giuntoli heard you. Let's see what will happen. Ragazzi, Cuadrado, and then all the recap news. I hope you enjoyed it. We are not going live, but what a video. Let me know in the comments. Grazie, forza, Juve.